I just come by to share with you today to try it again. Whatever it is that you felt or feel as though you failed in the past, I want you to get back up and try it again. You need yourself to get back up and to try it again. Maybe you attempted to learn something new and you tried it a couple times and you just couldn't seem to get the hang of it. Or maybe you wanted that promotion. You applied for that position, you went out for it, you interviewed, but you did not get it. And because things did not turn out the way that you truly wanted them to, it didn't happen in that time the way that you wanted it to, you walked away feeling like a failure. You walked away talking down to yourself. You walked away with the negative talk. I'm not good enough. I'm worthless. I'm no good. I knew I couldn't do it. Why did I try that? Now my heart is even broken even more. Man, I really wanted that thing. Why couldn't I get it? When is it going to be my time? You walked away with all of these questions and these negative thoughts about yourself because at that time, it just didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to turn out. And because of that, you have walked away and you have built this picture in your mind of yourself as being a failure. You're not a failure. You are not a failure. I repeat, you are not a failure. I encourage you today to get back up and to try that thing again. Try it one more time. And if it doesn't work then, try it one more time. Every single time when you get knocked down, get back up and try it again. This is why. I have learned that in every loss, there is a lesson to be learned. You're not always going to catch the wind. You're not always going to get what you want. It's not always going to work out in your favor. But when things do not go as you had planned, in every circumstance, in every event, in every experience, there is an opportunity for you to learn from something. So for me, I'll take the loss because I know that with that loss, there's going to come a lesson for me to learn. And I have found that that lesson that I've learned gives me deeper insight into who I truly am. You got to sit with it for a while, though. You got to give it some time. You got to really sit down and reflect on it. Okay, why did this happen? What is it that I am supposed to learn from this? And how can I use my new knowledge and apply that moving forward? How can I use that new knowledge and apply that the next time around? In every loss, there is a lesson to be learned. Give yourself some grace. Take the time that you need to learn from the loss. Don't turn it back around and start beating yourself upside of the head with it. Oh, you lost. Oh, you're no good. No, ma'am. We're not going to do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself because you deserve better. You are worthy of having better. Better is yours. You can have it. But there is a lesson for you to learn something first. I'm sitting here right now. I just finished up an online interview. Now, back up 4 years ago, I was sitting in this exact same spot. Different table, but I was sitting at this exact same spot and I had an online interview. 4 years ago, when I did that interview, I'm sitting here just shaking, my knees shaking. I'm sweating. I am so nervous. I can't get my words to come out right. Oh, it was absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. Fast forward to today. I sat here with calmness, with ease, with confidence, knowing who I am and knowing that what it was that I was applying for, what I am going after, I now know that I am capable of doing that thing. I now know that I am qualified to do that thing. I now know that I have the skills to do that thing. Whatever it is that you want to do, get back up and try it again. If you failed one time, get back up and try it again. If you failed 2 times, get back up and try it again. If you failed 3 times, get back up and try it again. With every try, with every loss, remember, there is a lesson for you to learn something. And every time you learn something, you apply that to the new situation. When you learn from that, if that doesn't work out well, then you apply what you learned to the next time around. But every single time you get back up, you are getting up stronger. You are getting up more confident. You're getting up more powerful. You are getting up more courageous, more bold. When every single time you get back up. So it's okay to take a loss. But when you lose, make sure that you are learning from that lesson, because there is a lesson to be learned in every loss. You got this. You got this. Look, you got this. You can do this. Whatever it is that is on your heart to do. You want to go back to school. You tried it before. You didn't do too well. What did you learn from that? You want to start that business. You've tried it before. You didn't do too well, but what did you learn? With every loss, there is an opportunity for you to learn. With every loss, there is an opportunity for you to grow. So I encourage you to get back up every single time. They knock you down, get back up. They knock you down again, get back up. But every single time you get back up, you make sure you coming up stronger. You make sure you coming up more courageous. You make sure you coming up with boldness. I got this. I can do this. Knowing who you are, it builds our character. It helps us to realize who we truly are. Every single time you get knocked down, there is a lesson to be learned in that loss. Every single time. So what is it that you are learning, and you are applying that new learning to the next time you walk into that situation? I applied the new learning. I applied the new learning as I sat here today on this interview. I showed up with great confidence. I spoke well. I now know how to carry myself, how to present myself. I'm able to articulate my skills, my experiences in a manner where they understand, where they can actually see that as well. I now know who I am. There was a time in my life that I couldn't have always said that. There was a time in your life where you felt as though you were no good, you were worthless, you weren't good enough. Those are real experiences. Those are real feelings. But they are not the truth. When I got to the place where I realized that, wait a minute, that's not what this says. His word says that I am a masterpiece. His word says that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. His word tells me to be strong, be bold, be courageous. His word tells me that he will strengthen me. His word tells me that he will help me. When we know who we are, you show up different. Because what you think of yourself, how you see yourself, that determines how you show up in the world. That determines how you show up in the world. When you know that you know that you know that you are a masterpiece, that you are a special possession, that you are precious, that you are honored, that you are loved. When you show up knowing that, oh, your walk is different. Your talk is different. Oh, you're showing up differently. Absolutely. Trust me, you're going to show up different. And the people around you going to see that. Oh, what you doing? What you been doing? You got them wondering. And all you gonna say, I know me. I know me. That's gonna be your new expression. I know me. Because when you know who you are, you show up differently. And every single time you fall down, remember there is a lesson to be learned in that loss. You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, you learn from that lesson, and you apply it to the next time. And every single time you are getting stronger. You are building your confidence. You are building your esteem, because now you know that you are worthy. Now that you know that you are high value. You know that you are a treasure. You know that you are a masterpiece. And you walk in that every single day knowing who you are. It's okay to fall down, but get back up. It's good to lose, because with every loss, there is a learn. You got this.